we get that question all the time about pricing. And so, do I price it a little bit higher and then hope that I get offers? Do I price it low, right? And then hope to sell it in multiple offers? Or do I find that exact strike price or that sweet spot where I sell the property quickly, but I also get the absolute most I possibly can? And so from a pricing, so it is more of a strategy. So you really have to look at it and say, I mean, how am I going to beat the competition that's currently on the market? Because it is it's a game in terms of you want to make sure you're the best possible price and best condition. And those are the two things as a seller that you control. So we do get the common mistake that many people make, and we get called, many times a house has been on the market two or three times previously, and then they call us like, what can you do to help? And, many times it's a very, very small adjustment in price that gets it to a completely different bracket. And so what we find is there are a lot of agents that just don't understand the importance of making sure you're in the correct bracket. So if you're priced, for instance, we had one recently, they had been on the market at 510,000. So 509,950. And so we took over the listing. We brought it down to 499. We did some improvements with staging. We had a lot more marketing, but we ended up selling that property for over their previous list price. So it went in multiples. We sold it at 520, and that was just making sure that we had the absolute right price. So they failed selling it at 510. We put it at 499 and sold it at 520 in 3 weeks. So the thing that you with pricing that is really important is making sure that you don't leave room for negotiation. So there's many times you have sellers that are like, well, I just need to leave room for negotiation. And what we always tell our sellers, I'd rather have you turn down offers than never see one. And the most frustrating thing for a seller is not to see an offer, right? Because they think that there's something wrong with their house. And very often there's nothing wrong with their house. They just had it in the wrong price, or they had poor condition. And both of those things they control.
Right.